everyone, it's Jenny from Homestead Corner. Today I've got the top 10 foods for you to stockpile right now. If you haven't started putting away food, or if you have been, I think it's important to start if you haven't and keep going and pick up the pace if you have started. I think we are in for big trouble, and we really need to get our pantries as full as possible. Everywhere that we can stash it, anywhere, just get as much as you can. These are 10 foods that I think we should all be stockpiling right now. They are going to come in so handy in the future. So the first one is sweeteners: sugar, honey, maple syrup, monk fruit, whatever it is that you use for a sweetener. I think those are important. Get as much as you can of it. You don't have to have those, but they really make life a little bit easier when you're able to just give it a little sweetness, so it makes more food a little bit more palatable when you have food that is not necessarily your favorite item to eat. Number 2, pasta. Pasta lasts a super long time, and if you vacuum seal it up or seal it in Mylar bags or whatever, it is going to last and last and last. And the stuff that you buy in the store doesn't have oil and eggs and stuff like that in it, so it is going to last. If you're making homemade pasta, you really don't want to make it too far ahead. You can keep it in the fridge, but homemade pasta normally has added oils and eggs and things like that. So vacuum sealing it I wouldn't really do that because of the oils and eggs. Number 3, dry beans and lentils. If you haven't eaten lentils, I think they're great to try. They cook up so much faster than dry beans. They really do, and they still have just about the same amount of protein, and they're really delicious. There are tons of things you can do with them, and I think they're great to have. And lots of dry beans and lentils, lots and lots, as much as you can get in your house. They're going to give you that protein that you need. Number 4, rice. Rice is so versatile. You can do so much stuff with it. You can make rice flour, you can cook it up in stir fries, you can do so many different things with it. Rice is giving you those calories, so rice is definitely one of those things. Keep as much as you can in the house. Get it now while you can afford it. The prices are rising in the grocery stores. Everybody's seeing it, so the more you can get now, the better off you're going to be later. Number 5, peanut butter. Peanut butter lasts quite a long time, and it's packed with protein. It's easy to eat, and it tastes pretty good as long as you're not allergic to it. And you can also get peanut butter powders and things like that that will last even longer in your pantry. So if you have a set amount that you know you can eat within 2 years, because peanut butter is going to last at least 2 years on the shelf, no problem, longer. But if you like to keep 2 years worth of peanut butter in the house, I would add peanut butter powders. They are, they still have that protein. You can mix it up and make your peanut butter, and it will work. They're wonderful for cooking also. I love peanut butter powder for cooking. Number 6, lards, oils, your fats, stuff like that. Lard is going to last a little bit longer, though, real lard, Crisco type things, than your olive oil and your vegetable oil and stuff like that. So lards are definitely, get those on the shelf. You want to make sure you have plenty of oils to cook with. They are definitely a necessity when you're down to bare bones cooking. That's a bare bones item. You need oil. It helps the flavor, the texture, everything. Oil is a must. Number 7, salt. Salt is one of those things that it's great for skincare, it's great for eating. Your body needs a little bit of salt. If we all of a sudden stop eating processed foods, that are prepared for us, then we are going to crave that salt because we're so used to it being packed into everything that we eat all the time. So when you are cooking from home, you definitely want to add that salt in. 1 or 2 meals, if you skip it, is not really going to change much. You're going to be okay, but you want that salt. You will definitely notice it when you start coming down off all the salt that you get from all the processed foods that you normally eat. Number 8, cornmeal and flour, but cornmeal is going to last longer and is just as versatile. You can make your breads with cornmeal. You know, if you get a nice fine ground, it is really good and it is going to last longer than flour. So I think cornmeal is one of those things that people forget to add to their pantries, but is really important in that really long-term shelf stuff. You want the cornmeal in there because it's going to give you that flour that you need. Number 9, canned meats. Canned meats are wonderful. Whether you buy them in the can from the store or if you home can them at home. I home can a lot of our meats because it is so much cheaper and we have all the equipment, and I've been canning for years. So home canned meats are really easy to do and it saves a ton of money compared to buying canned meats at the store. Although if you don't have the equipment and you can't can things at home, definitely buy the cans at the store of meat. You want to have that. You need those proteins and as much variety as possible, because when you're pulling just from your pantry, you are going to need a variety. It gets sickening eating the same thing over and over. And number 10 is canned fruits and vegetables. I think canned fruits and vegetables are super important. They're not quite as nutritious as fresh. I would eat fresh as often as possible, but if that's all you've got, it at least gives you some nutrition and adds in lots of different flavors and can really mix up the type of meals that you're able to make. So having those cans are definitely important. And number 11, because I just think these are so important, is spices. Lots and lots of your favorite spices. You know, vacuum seal them, put them in an airtight bucket, whatever. Having lots of spices, when you're down to that bare bones, if all you've got left is rice and beans, spices, you can really mix it up. You can change everything about it. You know, you can mash up your cook your rice and then, you know, mash it up and make rice cakes, and you can do, you know, rice flour. And if you've got spices, you can really mix that up so much. You know, even with your beans, you can make your Southwest beans and your regular beans and your molasses beans, and, you know, spices are just going to expand on what you have. And I think spices are one of the most important things, just so when you're down to rice and beans, it's not just rice and beans. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.